All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, who very well, very beautifully. Double salutations to the Akim out here pushing his gospel and truth and in sincerity to the best of their ability, given to them by Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Peace, blessings, and salutations be unto the elect scattered abroad. May the election of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Lord willing, fall upon your houses. So I'm at work on lunch break, man, and I'm just kind of stepping away from everybody, man, but this quick little testimonial conversation which I just recently had, I want to say about an hour ago, maybe a couple hours ago. And actually, let me start with this, right? This Jeremiah chapter 4 verse 22. It says, "For my people is foolish, they have not known me, they are sottish children," right? It says, "And they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge." And the point I wanted to grab, from, this precept here, right? The fact that Jake is just stupid, man. Jake just dumb as hell, right? Let me read it in the NLT. It says, "My people are foolish. They do not know me, says the Lord. They are stupid children," right? And the Lord, again, is talking about the Israelites, right? The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, as well as the Israelite foreigners, man. Jake as a whole is just fucking stupid, man. It says, "Who have no understanding. They are clever enough to do wrong, clever enough at doing wrong, but they have no idea how to do right." And again, going back to the testimony, I was, sitting down, man, and, Jake ultimately asked me and, another Jake, if we invest in, stocks or bonds or CDs, any kind of fund, index funds or whatever. And, I made the statement, no, hell no, I'm not going to invest in, an economy that's ultimately, going down, And he kind of, gave a little pushback on it, saying that, he's making money, off of investing in, the American economy and stuff like that. He says some words, I asked him if he made 100,000. He said 150,000, right? And that's all cool and dandy, but I let him know that, that there are, economists, that have come out with multiple videos stating that, America's economy is going down the drain, right? And that it would be, a wise move to pull your money out, right? And not to reinvest, and then there was, some backlash, ultimately stated that he didn't want to argue, which, I apologize, I apologize. And I was like, hey, man, I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm just trying to, ultimately give you a few facts, which Jake, you could tell Jake got offended, right? And there wasn't any kind of, raising a voice or none of that. It was just straight up, just mentioning, certain economists and, stuff like that. And I guess, he kind of took it personal, which that's to be expected of Jake, in the world, man, being in the world, right? You're emotional, you're irrational, and so on and so forth, man. But nonetheless, right, when somebody, ultimately equips you, right, with the proper knowledge that you need in order to make wiser decisions, right? Jake want to shoot it down, man, which ultimately, again, points out Jeremiah 4:22, Jake is stupid, man, because, again, you're given and being informed, of those who are, they're experts in the market, right? They're not, like Warren Buffett, and I can't remember that, looking like a Moabite dude. Can't remember his name, but nonetheless, right? They're skilled and knowledgeable in the economy, and they're the ones that are coming out and saying, "Nah, fuck that," right? America's economy is dumb, right? But again, when you inform Jake of that, right? Jake want to push back and act like he know it all, man, and again, Jake don't know shit. And it's spiritual too, because as I'm going on, just before going on lunch, probably about 30 minutes ago, I came across this video by a brother, right? Almost Home. It's like, yeah, hold on. Right? Come across this video, it says Almost Home, and that's spiritual too, because this is right after we had, I had this conversation with Jake, but it says right here, why are billionaires cashing out of the stock market, And this is, again, the same thing that we had ultimately spoken on, He wanted to ask me about index funds and so on and so forth. you know. And again, I told him I'm not going to invest in an economy that's ultimately, you know, being destroyed right before our eyes, you know. And I mentioned that the GDP, it's like it, you know, I mentioned you know, the GDP, you know, and how, you know, again, you know, it's been decreasing, right, from 2.5 to 1.5%, you know, and so on and so forth, right, which is, again, you know, indicative of the economy slowing down, jobs being lost, you know, meaning the American economy being destroyed, you know. So now, you know, so now there's hard proof, right, as we're seeing right now, right, hard proof, right, billionaires are pulling out of the, you know, stock markets, man. And this brother goes into it beautifully, man, you know. So I would encourage you to ultimately look up this brother's YouTube page, man, and watch his latest video, you know. But again, Jake is stupid, man, you know, because again, even though they're being told, right, and there's concrete evidence that the American economy is being destroyed, hey, Jake want to continue to trust and believe that this place is gonna, you know, come back or be where, you know, they want it to be. But that's not the case, man. That's not the case. You know, America is being destroyed right before our eyes, you know. Let me grab this. I got a few precepts on the topic, right? This is Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 8, right? It says Babylon is suddenly fallen, which we know America, right, is Babylon the Great, right? The virgin daughter of Babylon. And you can look that up, right? Elder Apostle Gabar, you know, had done a lesson on it, right? When you look up who is the virgin daughter of Babylon today, it literally will pull up America, man, right? So there's proof, right? The Lord ultimately is giving us concrete, solid, irrefutable evidence, right, that America is Babylon, man, you know, as well as, you know, scriptures, you know, similitudes, man, you know. So you look at them and, you know, you look at the different, you know, like, you know, Nineveh, you know, you got ancient Babylon, you know, and Tyrus, you know, Ezekiel the 28th chapter, right? All those are, you know, today can be applied, you know, to America, man, right? Those are just another names, you know, other names, right, of America, you know, again, through the Spirit, man, you know. So America today, right, Babylon, right, is being destroyed right before our eyes, right? It says Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain. If so be she may be healed, right? And we know America's not going to be healed, right? The American economy, you know, is not going to come back. It's not going to be, you know, like it was 2014, 15, you know. And America's done, right? This is the last time that America, you know, is going to crash, right? It's not gonna come back up and crash a final time, right? This is that final time, right? The American economy is going down, you know. And again, there's no way to bring it back, right? Verse 9, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed, right? It says, forsake her and let us go, everyone into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies, right? So again, you know, you're seeing a lot of these nations, you know, these regular peons from these other nations are saying, you know what, let's go back, right? Because now, right, the dollar is projected to drop as low as 11 to 14 cents, right? You know, on the dollar, right? The dollar, the value of the dollar, you know, is going to drop drastically, right? And just as we've seen, you know, in Venezuela, right, their currency is literally nothing. It's literally nothing. That's what's going to happen here, right? Hyperinflation. You know, we're already seeing you know, shrinkflation, you know. And they got this new one, man. I can't remember the name of it, man. You know, but it's damn, I can't remember that name. It's a funny name, but yeah, all these different types of inflation, hyperinflation, right? Shrinkflation, you know, skimflation. There we go. Skimflation is what it was, you know. So all these different things are taking place, and it's not, you know, it's not getting any better, you know. It's not getting any better. Really, it's getting worse, right? All over the world, but especially here in America for these Americans, man, for these people here, you know. And the more that, you know, Jake continues to trust in this society, right, even though it's being shown to them that, you know, that their hopes and dreams is crashing, and they're going to still continue to put their hopes and dreams in America, man, which is going to be their downfall, right? So let's grab this in Isaiah Let's go Isaiah. Right here, Isaiah chapter 31 and verse 3. Right. It says, Isaiah 31 and 3 says, now the Egyptians, which again, we know with the modern day, Egyptians are Americans, right? Modern day Egypt is America, right? It says, now the Egyptians are men and not the Most High, and their horses flesh and not spirit. When Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, shall stretch out his hand, which he's going to do here soon, right? Again, that brother, in the, the lesson, he ultimately, spoke on that, It says, when the Lord shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they all shall fail together. Right, man? So you putting your hopes and dreams in this place, man. You trying to establish some type of investment here, and you're gonna, and I made that clear, right? When I spoke to Jake, I said, hey, man, hey, that money is gonna be taken here soon. You're gonna lose that money, and Jake was, adamant on, no, I don't know, man. I don't know, right? So you're giving all this information, right? And again, I didn't break it down to scripture to him, We're just having a conversation about stocks and bonds and, stuff like that. And, again, Jake don't want to hear it, man. Jake just, act like he knows it all, and this is coming from the same person. A few days ago, we were having a conversation and he made this statement, because I was talking about resourcing, having resources, building resources, talking to people. It's coming from the same person that, when I made that statement, he sat there and said, not one person knows it all. But yet when it comes to this situation, all of a sudden he knows it all, right? He knows what he's doing, right? He made a, some change, right? Because really $150,000 ain't shit here, man. Especially with the dollar being, the value of the dollar is so low now, right? And it's continuing to drop. Right? 150,000 ain't shit, But you can't tell Jake, man. You can't tell Jake shit, right? And this is why the Lord said, what? They're stupid, man. Soddom's children. Because even though the evidence is being put right in front of their face, hard evidence, Jake is going to turn the other way, right? So it says right here, I'll read it again. It says, now the Egyptians are men and not the Most High, and their horses flesh and not spirit. When the Lord shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they shall fail together. Right, man? Now let's jump back to Isaiah 30 and verse 3. It says, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion, right? Because you're, again, right, Jake thinks that it's going to continue to go up, right? It's going to continue to get better. The GDP is going to go from 1.5 to 4.5%. Jobs are going to be created, and so on and so forth, right? Here in the next few months, or maybe even a year or two, right? But again, that's not the case, right? America is over, man, and anyone that continues to try to thrive or set up some type of retirement or life in this place, man, is going to be very disappointed when that shit goes down. You're going to be very disappointed, man. But hey, at the end of the day, you've been warned, man. Ezekiel 3 and 17, right? You've been warned from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai through his prophets. At that point, if you take heed, or not, hey, that's on you, man. You don't want to take heed. Hey, the blood has been, the blood has been wiped off of our hands, and that's it, man. Again, Jake, man, just fucking stupid, man. But I just want to give a quick testimony on that, man. But with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, Bashim, Rachak Wadash, double honors to the elder apostles, elder bishops, the great millstones. Until next time, I say shalom.